Hey, it's head coach Ross for the Tax Gym, Street Warrior in Gia Uhuru. In Gia Uhuru, Swahili, it means the way of freedom. Real quick, quick break in between the in seminar right fast, and I wanted to respond to a few more texts and emails and some questions even that was posed in the seminar, and that was this. A lot of people were really stunned to discover that Hipura and Mantu, but Kipur in particular in this case, has a storied history of being the most effective rape defense system in the history of the world, and is documented as such. A lot of people are like, really? How do you do this? And I got them to think about it. Listen, if you are constantly subjected to people trying to rape you, you tend to get pretty good at defending it. That's just pretty much the long and the short of it. And then you would consider the number of black people who are still 100% black or primarily black of African descent, which is a more accurate phrase, compared to the number of people who've tried to rape us and abuse us over the centuries, over the millennia. Even if you start with the Arab invasion of the motherland back in prehistory, and again with the Arab fixation upon Africans as their sole source of slavery, even before the Europeans, after the Mameluke rebellion. Mameluke rebellion. Let me see if I can grab my phone real fast, because I know none of you are going to go to the library or go to an actual expert to actually pick up this information. So when I say Mameluke rebellion, let me pull this up for you. I'm putting this on Google. Mameluke rebellion. Okay, it is waiting for it to load up. I want to show it to you so that you can go and check my sources and actually begin to inform yourself, do your own research about this matter. So the reason why it's germane to pick up the pace, because the break in the seminar is going to be over pretty soon. And I'm going to go back to teaching more than a room full of people. It's a great turnout. You know, I didn't even know that many people knew me over here. But hey, word is spreading, and I have to thank all of you for it. We're over 1.5 million views just this year alone, and can't thank you enough for that. You know, as a result of opportunities like this. Please go to my website, Attaching Street Warrior Capoeira at googlesites.com. Okay, and please purchase the products there, including the footwork, stances, and grappling techniques. You'll definitely experience all kinds of benefits from it. Okay, it's taking a moment right now for my phone to build up and catch it, but I'll bring it back up a little bit later. The Mameluke Rebellion, and we have comprehensive grappling skills as well: ground grappling, striking, etc., and so on and so forth. People were stunned about that until I pointed out to them that basically the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is Kipura ground fight with submission holds. And people are going like, well, I didn't know about think about it. Grappling was created in Africa. Wrestling is the most widespread indigenous fighting system in Africa. There is no other fighting system that is as popular among indigenous Africans and our indigenous civilizations and empires than wrestling. Our form of wrestling included punching, elbows, knees, headbutts, and what have you. Pretty much anything that can get you onto your back, we consider wrestling. We also simply applied those same movements, the locks, chokes, breaks, and what have you, standing as we did the ground. This was the beginning of comprehensive submission grappling techniques and chains. So that's what we do. You know, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is simply the application of that same idea, leverage and all, to ground grappling without the efficacy and the comprehensiveness that comes from full bore, full range self-defense. And I just reminded them of that, and they got to going, oh yeah, it makes sense. I pointed out how various popular positions like the guard are really taken wholesale from African fighting systems, who themselves were the root for the Japanese Kosen and the Japanese Newas of ground grappling. So, and basically ground grappling period across the planet, not just Japan, but everywhere. And once I began to show them the direct physical similarities, they got it right away. And so I'm going to go check out my videos right here on this channel, and you see more of that. If you have any more questions regarding these techniques, these positions, these skills, please, leave them, and the comment section here. And you need to ask yourself, seriously, ask yourself, if you are learning from these Brazilians and people who claim to have learned the authentic style, from Brazil, if you're learning this and they tell you that we use this fighting system to fight against slavery, and yet you don't learn one single useful self-defense technique at all, what the hell are they teaching you? You really need to ask yourself, what are you teaching? How can they be authentically teaching you the fighting system of my African ancestors who successfully fought against slavery for centuries and achieved our manumission, not because the slavers decided to have suddenly a moral epiphany, because if they had a moral epiphany, if they could have a moral epiphany, they wouldn't have started slavery in the first place. No, slavery ended because we forced them to, through strength of arms, through strength of mind, and we ended slavery on our own. Then, in order for them to save face, they created a lie in history indicating that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, even though he was assassinated 8 months before that happened, or Princess Isabella in Brazil passed the Golden Law, which ended slavery, but we ended slavery 10 years before that. Through straight fighting systems, strength of arms, the type of things that I'm teaching. No one else will teach you this. So please go to my website. Please pick up our instructions, our videos there. Please hit on my video with a like and a sub. This is how we pay our bills. And this is how I'm able to bring free stuff to you guys. All right? All right. It's a Tax Gym Street Warrior in Gia Uhuru, Head Coach Ross. Hope you're having a great day. Asante sana. Ashe.